Yeah, that's probably why they want to go digital. Because they know that $1,000 systems are going to tank the industry by 40%. They're going to lose millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. I saw this post here, and we're going to take a look at Kotaku too, because they've got more of a write-up on this. But I'll tell you this. They better be more worried about the fact that they are getting a considerable backlash over this whole physical games thing, because some numbers came out the other day about other countries, and certain other countries are buying more physical than they are digital. Okay, this has been a whole charade, and they're getting this backlash now. People are fighting back. People are hacking. People are releasing stuff. People are boycotting. That 40% is going to go up with what's not going to be sold. Says here, a new analysis says $1,000 launch prices for the PS6 and Xbox Project Helix, that rhymed to play the game. Bars, album dropping next week on physical and digital. Helix could seriously hurt sales. Ampere analysis estimates that if both consoles launch at $1,000 in 2028, they could sell nearly 40% fewer units over the next 5 years compared with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. The report also estimates that the PlayStation and Xbox gaming market could be $3.4 billion smaller by 2031 compared with a $700 launch price. It says over here, dire forecast predicts 39 million fewer consoles sold if PS6 and Xbox Helix are $1,000. Man. Cheap consoles mean more players. That's very true. We proved that as competition brought prices down amid the peak of Xbox 360 and PS3 generations, and the inverse is likely to be true if Sony and Microsoft can't rein in costs for the PS6 and Xbox Project Helix. A new report by Ampere Analysis predicts the install base for those next-gen consoles could end up being 30% smaller. The economics of console gaming have changed significantly. Ampere Senior Research Director Pierce Harding Rolls wrote in the August 18 report, if Sony and Microsoft take conventionally designed, incrementally improved consoles to market at substantially higher prices, our forecasts suggest they risk reducing the addressable audience for the next generation. The report outlines 3 possible scenarios to avoid a loss in console generation. The first is to delay the launch, which is what I've been saying, because don't nobody give up about the PS6. Nobody cares. Plus, you're making it all digital. You're pissing people off. You're taking their options away. You're taking their hobbies away. You're taking the happiness of owning that physical disc. Even though they don't really own it, it feels like they own it. They can trade it. They can sell it. They can do all types of things. They can put it on a shelf and admire it. Okay? So, the fact that, like, I just don't want one. I've got my PS5 sitting right here. I got my PS5 Pro downstairs. I've got like 5-6 different controllers that I've collected. I just bought the Wolverine controller, and I watch TV and do everything on my PS5. I don't want a PS6. I'm set. I'm already set up. And all the graphics that I see when you compare, even when I see Digital Foundry comparing PC to PS5 or Xbox Series X, it's not so substantial a difference to me to want to graduate to PC or to get a PS6 when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's going to be higher grade, it's going to be bigger. But it's not enough for me to shell that out. You guys better think of something else. Does it time travel too? What does it do? Does it teleport people across the planet? Because it's not going to be worth it. I can't see it being worth it. Okay, so to delay the launch past their rumored 2028 window until component costs have potentially come down a bit. The second is to subsidize hardware prices more aggressively. They could. Sony and Microsoft would essentially eat the higher costs to keep the install base growing. The third option is to substantially innovate rather than just relying on more power to push graphical fidelity. Well, I guess they mean going the Nintendo route, because the Switch wasn't powerful, but it was innovative. It was different, you know. It seems hard to see either company taking either of those approaches. Yeah, hoping prices magically come down after 2028 is a huge gamble. It's unclear if hardware that's been in the design phase for years can suddenly be overhauled, in favor of a cheaper value proposition that leans on new gimmicks rather than purely boosts to processing power. The good news is that at least both console makers will be facing pressure from the soon-to-be $500 Switch 2. It'd be half the price. Ha! Nintendo opted for innovation. See? Over power decades ago. And it's now yielded the most affordable console on the market. One that hasn't had to compromise too much on the quality of its games. You said it right, Kotaku. Can't argue with you there on nothing. Well, post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the situation. I know you guys are probably happy anyway. You're like, I ain't buying no PS6, and I don't want an Xbox Project Helix that rhymed on need to play the game. Bars, Tyrone Magnus. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? They better figure out this whole disc thing, and then we can talk about these new consoles. I know that's how a lot of y'all thinking right now. 10 million subscribers.